have a card like Faithless Looting that's just like better against the field rather than trying to like be super narrow and like try and cheese people with the Chains of Mephistopheles. God, we are just like the king. And this legacy decks we've been playing today are just like way less greedy than most of the decks people play in Legacy. It's just getting mono no landers. Mono no landers. This seems pretty good though, right? We get to go Shaman on one, got a push and a ponder. We won the die roll, so that's nice. It's a scry. I don't really know what I'm scrying for. I mean, Brainstorm sounds great, right? Until our opponent chalices us. Your opponent, please don't chalice me. Should have kept the no-lander with the Force of Will, apparently. Some kind of mud deck. You can undo a Lotus Petal, but you can't. Undo. You can undo a Lotus Petal, but you can't undo a. You can't undo a Wall Roots. Lucky for us, they're probably playing that the bot Stompy deck, right? Our hand's actually pretty good against this, right? We get to go. We get to grab UC here, and then push this, and then use Deathrite Shaman to cast a Ponder and dig for more lands. You can undo LED? That's messed up. That's really messed up. So they are a Chalice deck. These are great, right? I'm not 100% sure I want the Leovold, but I definitely want both the lands, right? So, keep those passed back. Declan, inside voice. Inside voice. Hangerback Walker, sure. Jace will be pretty good against that one. Do I want to Brainstorm here? I don't even really want to Brainstorm, right? Because, like, I have... Yeah, I think I'm just passing here. I'm just gonna pass. Like, I want the land and the Jace, so, like, Brainstorming seems kind of pointless. I want to just draw this Leovold, right? Yeah, I think I want to just cast this Leovold, I think. That way the Leovold can block for the Jace. Bayou. So do I want to use the Deathrite Shaman, or do I want to just cast this off of... I probably just want to get in for a point of damage, right? We need to crack this fetch land anyways. Alright, so if I grab a Volk here, probably. I have plenty of black. So this is black, green, blue. Cast Mr. Leo here. Get in for one. And then next turn, I can go Jace unsummon your Hangerback Walker, and then like have Leovold back on defense to defend. Seems pretty reasonable for me. That's pretty good, actually. That's like really good, actually, right? Because now they can crack this in response. Huh. Now I kind of want to Brainstorm, right? Now I kind of want to Brainstorm. That this Jace isn't good anymore. Force and Blast, neither of those are very useful. Do I want to put the Jace into play? I'm actually just not sure. I don't have a good way to deal with these tokens. Maybe I just play the Jace and plus it. I hate that. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna play the Jace and plus it. This might get them to crack this for 3, because dealing with 3 things from this is much better than dealing with more than that. How does playing True-Name stop tokens? That doesn't stop tokens at all. It's a race? Kinda. Kinda? I mean, playing Jace is fine if we're racing too. These fly, chat. These fly. These are flying tokens. Flying Thopters. Does it really bog down the board? These fly. Like, that's the reason why the Jace isn't good here is because these tokens fly, chat. You're attacking me, deal. So I can unsummon this and force them to crack it. Could also just brainstorm. I'm just gonna brainstorm. We've got so much removal in our deck, like Snapcaster Mage is removal too. A pretty decent one. Think of that one, chat. Seems okay. I guess you just start attacking, right? Need your tablet? Declan? This is Jake's tablet. This is your tablet. Yellow one is yours. Here you go, Jacob. So the Hangerback Walker doesn't get to attack for free anymore, which is nice. Probably want to put a stop on my upkeep to shuffle away those two, that Force and that Swamp that are on top of my deck. I should have left Bayou up. It doesn't matter. Yeah. I should have left a Bayou up for being technically correct. Like, I'm not going to activate Deathrite Shaman at end of turn, so if they, like, go to put counters on a Hangerback Walker, I kind of want to blow it in response. And, like, next turn, I can unsummon the Hangerback Walker, and then if they go to do stuff in response, I can Kolaghan's command it, like, hopefully clear it out. And, like, maybe Leo plus True-Name can push through lethal. They could be contemplating an aggressive push here. They could activate both Mishra's Factories. Like, ship. Hello, youngest son. Leave that court alone. Declan. Oh, no. Another Hangerback Walker. That's really gross. Yeah, but if they sack it to the Ravager, then they have less tokens in play. which is ideal. I don't know. Maybe we're just supposed to Jace Storm here and then just start pushing with the True Name and the Deathrite Shaman, like hope to race them here. Stop it. The court alone, Declan. Hi. Yes. Hi. Yes, you can come up here.
Okay.
What do we do, Declan? What do we do?
Ghost.
You want to get him? Mm-hmm. You want to brainstorm with Jace or brainstorm with the Brainstorm card? I think we're supposed to brainstorm with Jace. We're supposed to brainstorm with Jace. None of these are particularly good. Get the red guy, obviously. That's always Declan's suggestion. He's always about getting the red people. Alright, so I guess I'm gonna throw these two back, crack this fetch, cast the Baleful Strix. I think that's fine. It's like not super exciting, but that's what we've got. Snapcaster Mage is an insane draw. Alright, Jake, you have a bowl of pretzels down there already. So we're gonna attack with True Name here. And I think just pass the turn. Yeah. What do you need help with? What do you need help with? You have pretzels right there. Pretzels right there. Enjoy. Oh, that lets them gain a health. That's interesting. We have them dead in 2 here, though, right? I get to 4 them down to 8. And then... No, this is actually going to put us 1 turn off, right? There isn't really an established Abzan deck in Legacy right now. More of a fringe deck. We're 1 short on having lethal next turn right now. We have 1 lightning bolt in my deck. Sure, here's Steel Overseer. Alright, so just like shatter this, shock them, right? Destroy you, shock you. Yeah, basically. There aren't a lot of price of progresses in the format. We have two basic lands. If we're in a matchup where we want to fetch basic lands, but yeah, a lot of the time you're just gonna be dead too. It's pretty unfortunate. So I just throw these back for now. We're just like trying to not die this turn. Yeah, so that 1 point on Inventor's Fair, actually. Maybe I was supposed to push with Baleful Strix here. Maybe I was supposed to push with Baleful Strix and try and kill them. I can see that being the case. Yeah, maybe I was supposed to do that. Maybe Weens, maybe they miss it and just let us kill them. Yeah, they're dead if we get another untap. But like, if I hit them with Baleful Strix this turn, they would have died this turn. So now, in response to this, I'm supposed to snap Shatter Shock, right? Although I guess if I'm doing that, I'm actually supposed to probably Shatter Shock this, right? I just shatter this, shock this one. Wait, we're definitely playing Snapcaster Mage. The question is, what modes are Kolaghan's command using? Because, like, we have them dead if we untap anyway, so I don't really need to shock them, right? Need more pretzels? Shocking the Ravager means if they want to keep it around, they have to sack some things to it. Yeah, I'm going to leave Bayou up because it can gain us health, right? Like in a pinch, this Bayou. Okay, so actually, this is interesting. Should I shatter plus shock? Because that way, if I need to gain health with my Deathrite Shaman this turn, I still have them dead on my next turn. That might actually be relevant. I might need to gain a point of health this turn, or 2 points of health. So I think I'm supposed to shatter plus shock them. Because this way, if I gain health... Yeah, I'm gonna shock them. So I'm gonna destroy you, shock you. No, it's not. They have Inventor's Fair, which is gonna gain them a point of health. The reason we didn't have lethal this turn was because Inventor's Fair is right here. You think they're gonna put all of these on here? Really? Why? Why would they put all of these on here? So I think we're gonna survive. We're gonna survive. You need water now? There's a cup of water right there on the couch. There's a cup of water right there on the couch. Been a tight game. Kolaghan's command was really clutch. Kolaghan's command good against Affinity. News at 11. Fun fact, we're dead on board. Fun fact, we're dead on board. No, we're dead on board right now. Well, I mean, they'd be plus... No, they get to sack Ravager to itself and put counters on one of these Thopters. We can find Fatal Push off of Brainstorm. We're dead on board, but we have one out. I mean, they're dead on our untap. They have to make us have it. Yeah, I'm gonna make them show me. And like, if they go to do it, I'm going to Brainstorm and then hopefully hit our second Fatal Push and push them off a cliff. Let go of that cord, Declan. No, I don't think so, because the reason why I timed my Kolaghan's command when I did was because it denied them 3 more Thopters. If I don't deny them those 3 more Thopters, we're just dead on board to the Thopters attacking with all. So, we're dead on board no matter how we slice it. If there are plus 3 Thopters, they would have just had like, what, 11 Thopters, and that would have been lethal? Bolt is not an out. Only have black mana. Oh, and we knew the top 2 cards of our deck, right? We knew the top 2 cards of our deck there. I have a timeout for not being specific. Don't tell me my play is wrong and then don't tell me why. If you want to tell me my play is wrong, you have to tell me why my play is wrong. Please and thank you. I don't appreciate people telling me I'm stupid without telling me why I'm stupid. You are encouraged to tell me I am stupid. You are not encouraged to tell me why I'm stupid without the why. That's the important part. I definitely didn't identify that we were dead on board through that. I got Diabolic Edict here. Clique's probably pretty terrible. The reason for the main deck Pyroblast is because Legacy is a really inbred fucking format. And all of the best decks are blue. And when you draw your main deck Pyroblast and you're not playing against the blue deck, you Brainstorm it away with Jace or a Brainstorm. I'm not even sure if we're going to finish this entire deck. Depends on how... If the kids get too rowdy, I'm going to call it a day early. I was planning on just doing 1 league, and we scrubbed that league quickly, so... Jace is pretty bad here, right? Jace is pretty bad here. Yeah, Legacy is essentially unplayable for a majority of Magic players, and Legacy will only continue to get more unplayable the longer Magic exists. Like, more dual lands are destroyed or lost or become not tournament legal every single year, and there's never going to be more added. Actually, Leovold's pretty crappy, right? I'm going to take a Jace over a Leovold. Kolaghan's command still has value with Minister of Pain. That was my thinking, at least. I could see Marsh Casualties being better since we don't have Unearth, but I think with Kolaghan's command it's worthwhile. Well, I'll just play Death in Texas. It's good against Ballista. I don't think it's good enough against just Wasteland. I thought about Wasteland. I don't think... Maybe it's okay against Ballista. That's close. I'm going to top that. And because I want that card, I'm just going to go ahead and pass to my opponent here. Like, no reason to shuffle away a card I guaranteed want to, like, maybe find another land. New duels are getting printed all the time in China, right? I love you, oldest son. You are very loud, but I love you. Ow! Cartoon bears are exciting, huh? I have no idea how to install wine on OS X. I think I'm just keeping these. We're on the market for some more lands, right? Parallels Desktop has a lot of overhead. Speaking as someone that has experience working with computers, like running a virtual machine is infinitely more overhead than running through Wine. Wine is not an emulator, which is actually what Wine stands for. So Wine means that running something through Wine means that you're gonna have a lot of preference. You're gonna have a lot more power on average if your software runs through it. You get someone that's run a lot of Windows applications on VMs and regular. Wine is also free and open source, if you give a shit about that. Just gonna cast a True-Name here. Because when I installed Windows, I didn't have my hex frame in my Dropbox, and I haven't booted back into Linux to move it over. And we're mostly playing Magic these days anyway, so it's probably fitting. The black creature is Minister of Pain. It exploits something and then gives everything -1/-1 when it does. It's basically a 3-mana sorcery speed, you know, give them -1/-1. Wine is a recursive acronym. It is. It stands for Wine is not an emulator. I'd like to draw a land here so I can just Minister of Pain. It's possible I should have taken the Underground Sea instead of this Ponder on that last one. Those cards are pretty good. Yeah, I think I actually just want to take these. This is winning this race, kinda, right? Kinda. I need to try and play a little bit quicker. We're down 30 seconds on clock because of all my kid breaks. Alright, personal feelings towards paper tournaments. In my personal experience, the only advantage paper tournaments have over digital is the camaraderie that you get from experiencing a tournament in a room with other people, guaranteed. If you're not looking for a social aspect from Magic the Gathering, paper tournaments are basically strictly inferior to non-paper tournaments, in my opinion. You just have to worry about lots of random terrible things like people cheating and scumming you, and it just like doesn't create a very enjoyable experience, in my opinion. Alright, well, since they put this into play, I'm pretty obligated to Minister of Pain this turn, right? Which sucks because we don't get to clear the Hangerback Walker now. But I think this is just the line. You can have physical cards on your desk to flick. Like, having to worry about, like, cheaters and scumbags and all sorts of other stuff, like, it's not super interested. Like, I'm not looking forward to the details of playing Paper Magic. The details of playing Paper Magic do not sound enjoyable. Well, if you can get Wine installed, or if you can get Docker installed, it's very easy to run it through that. Yep, that too. Cards on Magic Online are generally cheaper than paper cards as well, which is nice. Have to wear pants to a Magic... It's all downside once pants get involved, people. Nothing fantastic ever starts with, well, now put your pants on. Nothing fantastic in life starts with those words. Put your pants on before we go. What? I thought we were gonna have fun today. Put my pants on. What's going on, Burgle? Matt talked me into playing Legacy for them, so I have to find a Legacy deck I can stomach. Well, Minister of Pain is one-sided. Minister of Pain is one-sided, so Golgari Charm is symmetrical. That's true. I can't stand and play Paper Magic either, so it's worse for my body too. It's all downside basically. It's all downside. Yeah, I'm not... I wanted to play this deck through one more league, just to, like, because I know this deck is reasonable, but, like, you know, it's like, the stupid Spellskite. No, I'm considering, I definitely want all of these cards. I need to process what I want to do with them. So, like, I need to kill this before I do this, but there's this Spellskite in the way, so I can't, like, if I Abrupt Decay this, it's not guaranteed to kill it. I think I want to draw Kolaghan's Command and Minister of Pain here. Yes, K-Command Spellskite is different than Electrolyte Spellskite because Kolaghan's Command says the word target twice, and Electrolyte does not. I mean, getting bugged out of a Magic Online tournament, in my opinion, is probably less bad than getting cheated out of a paper tournament. At least when you get bugged out of a Magic Online tournament, you know for sure you got bugged out. Half the time you're going to lose to a cheater in a paper tournament, you're never going to know you got cheated if they're good at what they're doing. If we're being honest. No, we're going to play this league. I think this deck is fine. This matchup seems pretty terrible, but this deck's probably fine on average. Oh, I like my Deathrite Shaman opponent. I am not a fan of the, like, here's my opinion as far as rules lawyering goes in paper magics. If you feel like you were incorrectly lost something because of the rules of the game, one of two things has happened. Either one, you don't understand the rules of the game well, or two, the rules of the game are bad and you should work to get the rules of the game changed. Like, blaming a person for taking every possible legal advantage of the rules of the game they are playing, that they are playing in a competitive setting, that they've paid probably a large amount of money to play, like $100, $50 to play a tournament. That's a decent amount of money. $200 to travel for the weekend, that's a decent amount of money. Like, expecting someone to, like, give you a freebie within the rules, like, I think that's unreasonable. I think that's unreasonable. I think if you're upset with someone for taking every possible advantage within the rules of the game, maybe a competitive setting just isn't for you. And that's okay. Like, Magic's a lot of different things to a lot of different people, and competitive Magic certainly isn't for everyone. Like, there's a lot more to Magic than just playing Magic competitively. And that's okay. Yeah, exactly. Like, there's a reason why we have this distinction between comp REL and regular REL. It's got a Brainstorm and a Force and a blue land. I guess I'm gonna keep it. Yeah, well, but like you said, that's different. That's different. And, like, if there's something that's being an issue at F&M, then that rule's probably bad and needs to be addressed and changed. Ponder's a good draw. Gives us some more looks at lands. So for those that are new to Legacy, Preordain generally is only played in combo decks. We did just get done playing a fair deck that plays Preordain, so it's not a hard and fast rule, but in general, Preordain is a combo card. I think I'm gonna actually shuffle these. I kind of want lands and disruption, and there's not a fetch land there, so I'm not gonna guarantee to get anything. Missed land drop, or they just passed. Bedlam Reveler and cards are a combo, right? There's something. I mean, and again, like, that short rant that I just had, that comes with the asterisk that I'm talking about Grand Prix, I'm talking about Opens, I'm talking about competitive REL events where people have paid a non-zero amount of money to be there. A guy discards 2 cards of Faithless Looting in a very big graveyard, and he hides the 2 cards behind the first. He then waits a second to see if you want to see, and then doesn't say. If you ask your opponent what 2 cards they discarded to Faithless Looting and they don't tell you, they can get DQ'd. That's against the rules. So you just communicate with your opponent and say, hey, what cards did you discard? And if they don't tell you, or won't tell you, you call a judge and get them DQ'd. Misdirection. Ooh, they have a Jace in their main deck. That's interesting. Oh, I heard Misdirection is bugged and messes the game up. Well, hopefully we hit a fetch land with this Brainstorm and get to get rid of these Abrupt Decays. I always wonder, and this happens to me constantly because I'm a mod in other people's chats, how stupid do you have to be to lip off to someone that has a sword? Like really? Like really? Did you have to lip off to someone that has a sword next to their name? Shh. Shh. Inside voice, buddy. We're gonna crack this fetch here and shuffle away that that Abrupt Decay, that Fatal Push we threw on top. But my free speech. Can we lip off to MGG bot? Feel free to insult the bot. Feel free to insult the bot. That's actually pretty good. So I get to throw these back, and Leovold's actually pretty good in this matchup. So probably just want another black source here. Do you need help with something? Do you need help with something? What's up? You want a different show? You want a different show? What do you want to watch? Do you want to watch streams? Do you want to watch masks? Here, Jake, can you come pick? So Leovold cuts a lot of their redraws here, but we do know they already have a fatty in their hand, right? Because they tried to show and tell earlier. Don't mind me just paying my monthly sputal. A-sub 5KM. Thanks for the 4-month 3 subscription. I appreciate that. A third of the year. Do I want to snap Ponder here? Probably. I could hit like him to Tourach. Or like a Reb. Hey, Tom. 23 months of having people lip off to me. Still here, still cleaning my sword. Thanks a lot, Tom. It's a long time. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Well, that's excellent. Now we're just passing the turn, right? I think I'm just gonna pass with the Force of Will up, and I'll end step snap Brainstorm. Hey, Declan, leave him alone. He doesn't want to be tickled. Declan. Yes, that resolves. Hey, sub hype. Vadstrup dude with the brand new big sub, $9.99 a month subscription. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. My subscribers are the reason I'm able to do what I do here. Opponent chose not to shuffle, so they found what they're looking for. Can you do donations on mobile? You can do donations on mobile. You gotta dig to the stream. Let me just give you... There we go. Look at that. I had a command. I was like, I thought I had a command. Let's give this a try. Here, actually, so to build on what Jacob, inside voice bud, to build on what Inferno said, if you're going to take the time to compete in a competitive Magic tournament, you should read the IPG. You should read the tournament procedure guides. You should know the rules that you're going to be expected to play under in the tournament you are traveling and paying money to play in. If you're going to spend, you know, hundreds of dollars to get to a tournament, you should be familiar with the rules you're going to be expected to know and play by in that tournament. The IPG and the MTR is the other acronym. Yes, you should be familiar with those. If you're not willing to take the time to read the MTR and the IPG, you should probably invest the hundreds of dollars you're going to spend on a tournament somewhere else. Just buy more Magic cards. Play more casual Magic. Jacob. Do you want a different show? Did you want... Here, Jake. Which one do you want? Jake, look. Jake, which one do you want?
No. I'm lost.
Five mana counter spells. What is this? Kitchen table magic. Ain't that the truth? Hard cast force, best force.
Oh no! The cat!
Speaking of how subscribers, my subscribers, and how great you all are, starting next week, we're going to have an afternoon babysitter. So the streams will be quiet and, you know, I'd say more professional, but, like, I'll still be here. So, like, how professional can they be? Jake? All right. All right, so Invasive Surgery, Flusterstorm, Clique, Blast, Decays and Fatal Pushes are real bad here. Is this a matchup where Surgical Extraction and Diabolic Edict are good? You can see that going either way. True-Name's pretty slow and clunky, right? Kolaghan's command doesn't do much. So do I want Library, Edict, or Surgical? Free from distraction might be even less professional, right? Ain't that the truth? I think I want all of these cards here that are in my deck right now. Oh, this Bolt's pretty bad, right? So that leaves me, I need 3 more cards to bring in. And that's, I'm going to be going to a couple paper tournaments again this year. If you ever see me in a paper tournament and you want to say hi, feel free to come up and say hello so long as I'm not in a match. Always Always happy to meet people, damage people's property with Sharpies. So I think I want the Sylvan Library. I feel like I could go either way on these surgicals. They play defense. I mean, we have some counter spells. I mean, we have some discard spells, so I don't think I'm super worried. Good Hearthstone hand, bad Magic hand. I can't keep this one either in this matchup, right? Especially not when they kept 7. You Magic Online Shuffler, fuck you. Yep, top. This was the best of our 4 hands, right? 7, 6, 5, 4. This was the best of them. He was as loud as I expected. God bless, ain't that the truth? Look, this isn't like a lot of Twitch streams. If we timed you out here, it's not personal. It's just because you didn't explain yourself, and we want you to think about what you said and try to do better in the future. So it's nothing personal against you if we time you out. It just means you posted something in chat without seemingly thinking it through, and I know that you can do better next time, because I believe in you, chat. I believe in you. Man, remember that time I didn't board in the Diabolic Edict? Watch us draw the surgical extraction. That could have been an edict. I just want to see if we find the surgical extraction. Alright, missed. Packed for cat, right? Oh, Summoner's Pact. Oh, Summoner's Pact. Yeah, it seems pretty good, right? Invasive Surgery. Hopefully they don't turn 1 show us. So, like, you definitely should play the Deathrite Shaman here. You shouldn't just play scared and hold up this. Like, developing our board and getting more mana is really important. Jake has decided he wants to sit down behind me, so enjoy the ride down, chat. Ooh, that's gross. I think Legacy Infect's really sweet. I actually have it in the donation queue. We're gonna be playing it again at some point in the future. A little bit low. Hey, Risky Bug with the $12 donation. Thank you very much. Here's for that updated Restore Balance list. Have fun. You should DM me that list just so I make sure that I have it. I actually don't have a way to kill this in my deck right now, do I? Just actually no way to kill it. Yeah, the standing desk is great. It was 10 out of 10, my best investment from last year. Those are all my ways to kill that card, right? It's actually just kills every threat I have too. I actually just can't beat this card, right? Every card in my... Yeah. I just got the base model from Uplift Bread. And stop trying to sit on my shoulders. Uplift Desk. They're fantastic. You can Jace, bounce, plus force it. Yeah, I'm pretty. And this is so... I think this deck is okay against Delver. Someone just asked that, but this deck is so much worse against random stuff like Sneak and Show and the random Affinity deck that we just lost to. I guess Leo would have been okay. I don't know. I definitely didn't think about Leo there, but we're pretty likely to just lose our whole board there. Would you call this? Yeah, I think this is an inbred metagame style deck. Oh, a Jace is this modern, right? Yeah, I think this is kind of a metagamey inbred style deck. Opponent mulligan to 6. So, one of the things that I often think about when playing Legacy is that when your opponent mulligans, they're more likely to be playing a combo deck because a lot of the combo decks in Legacy tend to mulligan more than the fair decks. So they're all, I don't know, it depends on what your definition of affordable is. Let me link my desk in chat. I should just convince Uplift they need to sponsor me just by Jacob, inside voice buddy. Hey, longer than most of my relationships, Chunky Buddha with the 2-month free subscription. Thanks a lot and welcome back, but I do appreciate it. Yeah, this one I think was like a little under 600 by the time I had all the bells and whistles. And see, look, this isn't personal. Indomitable Dan got timed out because they said, I think this deck is good against Sneak and Show, but they weren't an adult. They didn't use their words. They didn't say, this deck is good against Sneak and Show because... Now, I'm going to give you an example. I think this deck is bad against decks like Sneak and Show because we don't have an efficient clock. We have a reasonable amount of disruption, but we don't kill our opponent while we're disrupting them. And being able to disrupt your opponent is an important part of beating combo decks. The pretzels are great. These are one of Jake's favorites, the flat pretzel chips. Okay. This stream is in no way sponsored or endorsed by Snack Factory pretzel chips, but Snack Factory, if you're out there, it could be. Dad's shill game is not on point here, Jacob. You're distracting him. His shill game is down. The shill game is down. What kind of bells and whistles come with a standing desk? If you're, let me give you the best piece of advice. If you're going to buy a standing desk, this is worth the extra money. This is a pad that goes on the floor. If you're gonna be standing at your desk for hours on end, you want. Hey, Luka Tog with the 100-point cheer for the Little Devil. The Little Devils are going to have someone come sit on them starting next week. Dad's excited for people to sit on his children. You want to be sat on, Declan? Do you want somebody to sit on you? All of the other add-ons, when I bought my desk, I got a Black Friday like sales package that came with a bunch of extras. The only extra from my desk I actually use is that I'm a no shoes. I guess shoes help a little bit. If you have comfortable shoes, that's probably fine, but just standing in my socks, the pad is a must-have. Yeah, it's really worth it. I am on Windows 10 right now. There is no Unix in sight. It's a dark and scary day. Do you want me to get off the chair? You want me to get off the chair? So Jake came over and asked me to sit down in the chair with him, and then Jake got out of the chair. No, the pewter's got to go up. No, if you take Dad's chair, he needs to go up. I mean, part of the reason why this is boring is because our opponents keep taking fucking forever, right? Like, we've been up on clock on every opponent, including the match where, like, I had to, like, stop and get stuff for the kids 12 times. Yeah, so the reason why we're on Windows is because OBS under Linux was having bandwidth issues streaming in 1080 but recording in 1440. The NVNC drivers must not be as good. Well, that's really unfortunate. This looks like a mirror match of sorts, yeah. All right, yeah. Let the dick punching continue. I punch them in the dick, they punch me in the dick, just bam, 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 bam. No, please don't message me on Magic Online. Twitch or Twitter or Discord. The Magic Online messaging client is basically non-functional. It's terrible. I'm gonna offer this trade. Maybe that's loose, I don't know. Well, the mouse pointer's been in the right place for a long time, Ranting Bub, because I was running on Wine under what's it called for the last while. And running under Wine, the mouse pointer's in the right place. Man, they have 2 cards in their hand? It'd be a damn shame if someone were to punch them in the dick and they lost those cards. Bam! 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 Any other advice other than to know the rules in my time? You can't over communicate while playing a game of Magic. Most issues that occur during games of Magic that require judges to get involved, aside from cheating, are because players haven't communicated enough with each other throughout the course of the game. Articulate everything you are doing while playing your game of Magic. Everything. Yes, MTGO does work under Wine now. It's kind of great. And Wine is actually quality software, so all of the bugs Magic Online has on Windows, it also has under Wine, because Wine is quality software. All right, I'm gonna get rid of this Kolaghan's command. Just get that out of there. What a tilt. No cards in hand to Liliana the Last Hope. And this, our opponent's deck is more inbred than ours, apparently. Just like, yeah, okay. You got a Liliana, I guess. Man, this dick punching is no good. My opponent's out of dicks to punch. Oh. We need a dick punching emoji now. Most of the people who dislike me dislike the fact that, and I have been better about this in recent years, but I'm still fairly blunt. I don't sugarcoat things when I tell people that people are being silly or that something is bad. And a lot of the people that are salty on Reddit, they think they're entitled to say whatever they want whenever they want, and they really dislike how I manage my Twitch chat. They're used to Twitch chats like every other Twitch chat almost, where they can just like use it as a sounding board to just scream into the internet. And I don't let people use my Twitch chat to scream into the internet. Like, there's plenty of different places online where you could basically just scream into a void and people can hear you. Him, myself, send a message. We have brainstorms in our deck. We could shuffle this card away at some point. We are actually ahead here right now, right? Like, our Deathrite Shamans mean they can't down-tick the Liliana the last hope very efficiently. We also just get to drain them out over the course of the game. Ever permanent. Okay, so that Brainstorm no longer an option. And honestly, I read a lot of obnoxious things about myself. I'm kind of an obnoxious person, but I feel like I have to be doing something right because this has kind of grown the more effort I've put into it. So even if there's a number of people that don't appreciate how I handle things here, there's a lot of you that do. So I appreciate all of y'all that let me know you appreciate how I do things around here. Alright, so I'm just gonna get rid of this now. It doesn't affect my clock because they're gonna be dead in 3 regardless. No way. I don't play nearly enough Magic to be top anything. My focus on this stream is about playing Magic and getting better, and I'm definitely not like the Owen Turtenwalds, the PVDs, or whoever. Like, those people are certainly much better at Magic than I ever will be. I'm taking the Ponders now because I don't want them to Snapcaster them. Also, I just kind of want auto pass value. Calling them Yugi boys. Oh. I really hate that culture we have of, like, you see people that someone that just lost a match on Magic and like the immediately Twitch chat is all of a sudden that giant circle jerk, like, oh my god, look how salty they are, they just lost a match of Magic, look how salty they are. It's like, well, you know, losing matches of Magic isn't fun, right? Like, it's okay to be frustrated with the result of the game. You can be frustrated with the result of the game and not be mad at your opponent. There's a difference in those things. And there are people that are genuinely get upset and angry with their opponents, but that's different than just being frustrated with the result of what just happened. Because let's be honest, Magic is a game that has variance by design, and there are times where you lose games that you had no control over. And yes, those games are fewer and far between than the ones where you messed up. There's definitely plenty of games you lose that you messed up, but sometimes it's just like, well, that just broke. Are you dead on my untap? They could have a Snapcaster Mage here. If they're last, they have a Snapcaster Mage. Yeah, so this Liliana buried, and this is why I've actually been targeting their sorceries. So this, oh, you know what? I could have played around this, right? I should have eaten the Diabolic Edict, and then when they play the Snapcaster Mage, I eat it again in response. Well, this doesn't draw a card, but it blocks Leo, and I'm not doing anything else anyway. It just dies to this, actually, right? Still. I'm gonna eat this Brainstorm now so they can't snap it. And then We just need 1 brick out of him here. Just need 1 brick. Thanks, Ian. I appreciate that. All right. Up a game in the dick punching contest, chat. Just throwing the slogs back and forth. Him to Tourach mirrors, they're something. I don't know what I want to call them, but they are certainly something. Jacob, let go of his shirt. Jacob. Let go of his shirt. Thank you. So, like, I kind of want this click, but at the same time, like, it's really bad against Liliana of the Last Hope. I think I just want to cut my 4 forces and bring in these 4. I think I want to just cut my 4 forces and bring in these 4. So let's roll with that. Let's roll with that. Thank you everyone for hanging out here this afternoon, by the way. This is not one of my normal stream days, but I was going to play some Legacy, so I figured I might as well fire it up anyways. If you're enjoying what you see, sorry for the background noise. I got 2 toddlers that are playing, battling, screaming, jumping in the background. So, starting next week, we will have a sitter in the afternoons at least 3 days a week, so that's exciting. Looking forward to that. Have some quiet down here while we slaughter nerds or get slaughtered by nerds on the internet. Shouldn't you bring in Minister as an answer to True-Name? Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Maybe Minister should be there. I like that suggestion. I just asked a bunch of questions off of one of those how do you interview a babysitter sites, chat. We're gonna take the kids to meet her tomorrow night, and if it seems like she's good with the kids, we'll have someone for next week. And I mean, and like I said, I'm not really worried about it, because like, they're just gonna be upstairs, right? I'm gonna be down here. I did the smart thing and Googled it, yeah. And like, websites for finding babysitters is like, it's really advanced. Like, they have like reviews for these people, they get star ratings, and they get to fill in their availability and stuff. It's so easy and straightforward. Technology is great. Technology is great. Iron Guthix with the $12 donation. Thanks a lot, bud. I miss Land Nauseam, don't you? Let's jam a list with Hex Mage, please. Will do. Yeah, I think the Hex Mage builds of Land Nauseam are the best ones. This is an easy last hope. Get that witch right on out of here. Yeah, definitely. The stream will not like... The stream's making some money, but not enough to afford a babysitter constantly, right? So like my random morning streams like are still going to have children running amok, almost certainly. Is this just UC Himu? I think this is just UC Himu, right? Would you ever play Land Nauseam in paper? Yeah, maybe. At a lower stakes tournament, I think that deck's fine. I think it's fun. Will you give the look? I don't think I could pay someone enough money to make them mod Twitch chat. That sounds... See, what my subscribers don't know is that a lot of subscribers are excited to get swords. You have to do work when you're a mod. Why do you people want swords? Do work and stuff? This Brainstorm in response is not surprising. They might be looking for like a Flusterstorm or something. They could also just be hiding the cards that they like. Sometimes it lines up with my music. What do we get? We got a Lightning Bolt and a Trop. All right, binning the Bolt's actually not bad here, because it means if we hit a land for this Leovold, we'll be in an okay spot. Do you have an updated list for Land Nauseam? Whatever my last stream with it was, I'd have to go look. I think I'm gonna start on Ponder here. It's one of the highest chance of hitting a land tier. That's a tilt. What a tilt. Yes, Impertilist, you're going to want to post the deck list on a site such as MTG Goldfish or tappedout.net, and then link me the deck list from there. This actually can't get Tropical Island, which is a little bit awkward, but it needs to be a green source, so it has to get Bayou. I think I just want to jam Leo here. Our basic swamp being a touch awkward, the Bloodstained Mires being a little awkward. If they don't have a Pyroblast here, we're going to be in a pretty good spot. What's going on, Nathan Goal? Yeah, we're going to work through. I think we're going to do Legacy tomorrow, too. I might also... This is definitely going to be the last league for today, so... Or for this afternoon. I might sneak back on tonight, too, after the kids go to bed. Christy's had a lot of extra work, so... And my writing is done for the week, so... If she has to work again tonight, I will probably fire back up. I would love to use Leovold's ability. It's kind of sad. Like, if this had been a Force of Will, I would have been able to force that Fatal Push, which would have been great. I don't know. Is Goyf more than $50? If yes, probably could stand a reprint. Is that too short-sighted of me? Is it bad that that's how I judge it? More than $50? If yes, then reprint. Yeah, I'm gonna have to try and add in some more After Dark streams too, because like if you look at the donation queue, I really let's be honest, it probably all it can do is grow. I'm gonna do my best to keep it under control, but it does just keep getting larger despite my best efforts. So obviously the only solution is to add more stream time so we can clear it out faster. I love the Future Sight Goyfs. I remember when they spoiled the first Modern Masters Karma Goyf, we're like, that's not a Goyf, that's a dirt dinosaur. That's not the sweet card I know and love. Well, so like, and I've talked about this before, I don't really want to raise the price for donation decks because I like playing Magic Online for free, right? So like, people have the option to pay me more money to see their deck sooner. So if they want to see something sooner, or they wait, because like if you look at the donation queue, I started adding date added in there. Some of them have been in there for 3 weeks now, which, you know, that's just how it goes. You know, supply demand. We'll get to all of them eventually, and the longer they're in there, the more likely we are to get to them, right? I think it's worth protecting my Deathrite Shaman there, just kind of be resource efficient. Opponent is mostly out of resources at this point, so like getting to like windmill this Jace here at some point will be pretty good. What's going on, Aaron? They spent another bolt. Okay, I'm just gonna windmill this Jace and Fate Seal. Did they shuffle? They chose not to shuffle. Okay, so I'm gonna Fate Seal them because they likely put a card they want on top of their deck. They could have a Pyroblast or a Reb here, but like, I think it's worth playing around Snapcaster Mage or Lightning Bolt. They do have a card on top that they wanted. Okay. Okay. And that was smart on their part because they want to leave cards they want on top of their deck because they don't want to get them hit by Hymn to Tourach, right? So want to draft Rat Tribal? Yeah, basically, Gabrielle. Usually I'm able... Iron, I needed you to DM... I couldn't find your Twitter message. You should pick a different deck. I don't want to play Devoted Company on Magic Online. I find it miserable people don't concede to you being infinite often enough, and it's really frustrating to time out with. Do I want to bottom this? They could be playing me and have a green land. They could also not have a green, but this card's just so good, right? Yeah, I'm gonna bottom that. I don't think it's worth the risk. I think I'd rather they potentially clear this Brainstorm a little bit and get rid of that. If I was gonna go to Worcester this weekend, would I play Delver, Bedlam, or something else? As of right now, probably Delver. I don't think the Bedlam deck's good enough. Do I like Devoted Druid for Paper Magic? No, not really. I think the deck's kind of weak. I just think it's miserable to play on Magic Online, so I don't want to do it there. What's my opinion on blue-black versus red-black Reanimator? I actually kind of like red-black better. Like, there's so many decks have incidental graveyard hate in Legacy right now that I think if you're going to play a Reanimator deck, you kind of just want to be balls to the walls all in on your game plan. And red-black does the balls to the walls much better than the other ones do, right? So I'm gonna upkeep. They discard a card. Get back my. Actually, they could have Kolaghan's Command as their last card, right? Yeah, I'm just gonna do this now. To make them discard, get back my Leovold. I could get back Deathrite Shaman because I could cast it this turn, but Leovold's just the better card here, so I'm gonna do that. They have Snapcaster Mage, this kind of sucks. How much do kids go for these days? It's playing, Jake. I got you, fam. Alright, they're digging. I'm holding this Fatal Push just in case they drop like a Deathrite Shaman or something. I think I'm just gonna take this hit here. Also, like, we're up a game right now. My opponent only has 9 minutes on the clock, so... Do I consider it the Baleful Strix of Modern? That Baleful Strix of Modern's a bit of a bold statement. It's a good card. It's like a fine card. Like, people want to ramp into Jace. God! I am such a goddamn professional. Alright, so... This is interesting. Do I... Your opponent can't draw Warlord. Do I do this on their turn, exposing myself to a counterspell? That's the question. Do I do this on their turn, exposing myself to a counterspell? They draw one less card. It's probably not worth it. It's probably just good to guaranteed get it gone. So they get to draw a card this way, but... I'm not blocking because of Kolaghan's Command. I have 2 Baleful Strixes in play, so no reason to let my Leo die to a Kolaghan's Command. Speaking of, here you go, Jake. Especially when I have these 2 Strixes of my own here. Do you want to hold this up? It's probably fine to hold up, right? There's only room for one Leo. Anyone remember when legends used to kill other legends? Just about to say, back in my day. Someone linked me one of my old deck lists from back in the day, and it had 4 clones in the sideboard for the express purpose of killing Geist of St. Traft. And I was just like, man, those were the days. Those were the days. 4 clones to kill Geist of St. Traft. Just don't make them like that anymore, chat. They're at 15 here. There's water over there, buddy.
No, that's water.
Dad's water's empty. You can try, but it's basically empty. I think I'm okay with these, right? That Brainstorm lets me shuffle this UC. Yeah, I forgot about Phantasmal Image. Sylvan Library, that's really good against Leo. No, they both died. They both died. I even stacked it right? God bless. I actually like the new card frame a lot. I'm sure that'll upset some legacy. I actually like the new card frame a lot. People played Jace 1 to get rid of Jace 2. You want that? You want that one? Okay. Hey, Justin Mack. 19-month resubscription. Thanks a lot. Welcome back, bud. When damage went on the stack. I remember when damage used the stack. Jacob. Calm down, bud. Inside voice. Yeah, I do too. I love these dual lands. These dual lands are fantastic. Love how they look. Rip Sakura Tribe Elder dealing points of damage. Mana Drain was a bad card because of potential mana burn. Oh geez, Walking Ballista damage on the stack? That card would be nuts. Alright. We have won the 4-color dick punching mirror match. We are king of the 4-color mirror. Alright, 1 and 2. We're finally on, we were bound to win a match today eventually, right chat? Just finally hopped up here on the scoreboard. Land, Brainstorm, Force of Will. Check, yep, keep. Basic is land. Looking for a threat, right? Oh, geez, my land has punished me. I guess I sequenced correctly here, kinda. It definitely keeps. We'll see what the opponent does. It'll probably dictate what we do on turn 2. We have a split. We have 1 Pyroblast in the main deck, and we have 1 Red Elemental Blast in the board. So we're playing 1 of each for the purposes of playing on cards like Cabal Therapy. Dick Puncher and Cockknocker. Alright, man. How about my basic lands, chat? How about my basic land? Legacy in comparison to Modern is boring because you have the same core of cards. I do agree that Legacy has a lot of redundancy in the fact that, like, these cards are good and these cards are bad, so play the good cards and don't play the bad cards. Like, I definitely agree with the assessment that, like, there's this, if you're playing fair in Legacy, there's, like, this core of cards that, like, overlaps between a lot of your decks, right? Which, I don't think, so, like, games of Magic are good or bad for different reasons a lot of the time, right? And if you're looking for varied gameplay, like varied decks, I definitely think there's more competitive varied decks in Modern than Legacy. That being said, their Legacy offers a lot of sequencing decisions that you just don't get in Modern. Like, a lot of the decks in Modern don't have a critical mass of 1 and 2 mana spells, which means that a lot of the time in Modern, you're just like, I play my 1-drop on 1, I play my 2-drop on 2, I play my 3-drop on 3. And whereas, like, in Legacy, it's like, all right, I'm playing which 1-drop on 1, I'm playing which combinations of 1-drops on 2. Oh, I had a Deathrite Shaman, I'm playing which combinations of 1-drops plus 2-drops on 2. So, like, the variation in Legacy comes in a little bit different form than just pure deck name or number of cards that are being played variants. Yeah, I think a lot of people underestimate the impact of people playing bad decks because they're playing to have fun. Do you have more fun playing fair or unfair? I kind of like doing combo-y things. They're a good time. That bolt's pretty good. So I don't really need extra lands here. I'm going to throw this Force and this Trop back. I'm going to go ahead and Volk, bolt their Deathrite, and I'm going to play a Deathrite of my own. Oh, chat. I've made a huge mistake. I was talking to you about stuff. I should have fetched there. I should have fetched for a Volk, because I'm going to redraw one of those cards on top of my deck that I didn't actually want to draw. So I have messed up my sequencing on my complicated 1-mana spell, because I wasn't paying attention. So yes, I should have played the Scalding Tarn and fetched away, because I don't want that Force, and I don't want that Trop that I just put on top of my deck. Those are cards I had intended to get rid of and get new ones. And now I'm going to redraw one of them. My opponent just said in chat, I don't want to play with you. And I messaged them back, you can concede at any time. Being a dick is fun sometimes. Well, at least I left the Trop on top. The Trop was better than drawing the Force, I think. Maybe. They're both pretty bad. Pick you up, you discard a card. They got rid of a Daze. Huh. They have another Daze? Am I supposed to play around Daze? I don't think so. I'm gonna get a Badlands here so they can't waste me off of red. Man, remember that time we shuffled that away? Pepperidge Farm remembers. So, do I want to kill this one or this one? I think I'd rather just kill their Deathrite Shaman, right? I'm gonna play this land to play around another Daze, potentially. That's the turn here. Shuffler definitely isn't broken. Look, I'm not going to say there is or isn't a problem with the Magic Online Shuffler because the answer is we don't know for sure. But what I will say is we can be certain that the Magic Online Shuffler was written with the same pristine quality that the rest of Magic Online was written with. And like the pristine quality of the rest of Magic Online just speaks for itself, right? It needs no introduction from me of all people. That takes us off our green, so we can't play Leo. Or that one. So punished for playing around days there. Punished for playing around days. This is flipping because they brainstormed, right? Flip to a force, okay. Looking for a fetch land. That'll do, pig. That'll do, pig. Do I just take this Deathrite Shaman? I probably want the Deathrite Shaman, right? So I can draw the fetch land next turn. And shuffle the other one away. Because this kills my opponent. I can just like take a hit for 3 here. What's your opinion on the relative strength of BBE and Jace the Mind Sculptor in Modern and the overall impact on the health of the format now they've had some time to be explored? I think they are both cards that are competitive in Modern. I think Bloodbraid Elf in the context of the Modern format is the more powerful Magic card, just because it's more in line with the aggressive things you want to be doing in Modern generally anyways. You basically, all Legacy decks run Force of Will. Pretty much all of the competitive Legacy decks run Force of Will. There are a small subset of Legacy decks that don't, but by and large, the good ones play Force. By and large, the good ones play Force. God, that was a good draw. Was that the best draw in their deck? I guess they could have cantripped into it too. They had 4 mana. That's kind of a beating though. There's enough creatures for me to start eating some creatures. Just gonna go ahead and start eating creatures now, actually. Manaless Dredge is really bad. I think Turbo Depths is actually pretty reasonable, but I think the rest of those decks on your list are actually kind of medium. Hey, stop it. We do not pull on that cord. No, Declan. That is not okay. Yeah, people actually played with the Magic cards. Like, in other news, Magic players bad at evaluating Magic cards because the power of Magic cards is contextual based on the format they're played in, so you really should withhold judgment until you've played with them. Seriously? What a tilt. Just... You want to sit on my shoulders? You want to sit on my shoulders? So I can use my computer?
I love that chair. I see Dad.
You see Dad?
Go down.
You want to get down?
Go to Dad's back. Dad's back. I go to Dad's back.
I really don't like the unhinged lands. I like the unglued lands. The lack of a border on the unhinged lands makes them feel really weird to me. What? You just asked me to get down. Go get a chair. Go get a chair. This hand's pretty good. Am I fetching Bayou on 1? I think so. I think I'm just fetching Bayou on 1. Makes it a little bit worse against Wasteland, but like I have 3 lands and I have a Ponder. Think your call early on how to set up Jace with 100 tips are correct. You said IOK and Thoughtseize were Modern's forcible and basically you should be setting up Jace. I've been trying it out. Yeah, I mean, like, proactive strategies in general are always rewarded in Modern, right? It's good to know about this Daze. It's gonna be tough to play around with the Wasteland, though. I don't need a second Minister, so I'm gonna take these, and we're gonna crack this fetch before we draw the second Minister at the bottom there. This format is starting to look like the same decks every round. The good decks in Legacy are better than the worst decks. The death... Well, let me actually... And I guess this is like... It's tough because the new way Magic Online does stuff makes the goldfish numbers less accurate. But like... Deathrite Shaman mush, as I like to call it, is like... At a glance, it's like close to 30% of the format. It's probably more than that, honestly. Yeah. Yeah, the cards that are... Did they know any of the cards in my hand there? They didn't, right? They knew 0 of the cards in my hand there. All right. I'm not really having fun with this deck anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and call it an afternoon there. The kids have been kind of rowdy anyways. I think I'm gonna cross this deck off my list for next month too, and just kind of focus on figuring out between Miracles and Jund. It's whatever. They might not be ghosting. They might be. Who knows? They messaged in chat earlier indicating they knew who I were and they said they didn't want to play. So that's fine. We're one in whatever in the league anyways. So I don't know. This deck's definitely good. Like, it has a bunch of results variations of this 4-color control deck. The gameplay's just not very entertaining to me. You never get to run anyone out. You gotta grind for every win. I think I'd much rather do this. You need Rollins. We played a teamer league before this. I'm gonna publish it on YouTube here shortly. It was kind of brutal. And I'm crossing that one off my list. So we're gonna work on this deck some more. I like this deck a lot. Have I mentioned how much I love the card Goblin Rebel Master? He's my boy. This card's made me a lot of money, mostly in standard, but still made me a lot of money. Yeah, the Lingering Souls are great, and like the Faithless Lootings are really powerful, and I like the white 8 cards on the board, so we're definitely gonna give this deck another try sometime in the near future. And I need to find a blue-white Miracles list that I'm interested in playing. Abzan just doesn't have card selection. Like, Faithless Looting really overperformed in this deck. It was very, very powerful. At any rate, thank you everyone for watching. I really do appreciate it. Big shout out to my subscribers as always. Y'all are the reason I'm able to do what I do as often as I do it. I'm gonna try and sneak back on later tonight. Christy's probably gonna have work to do, and if she does, I'll pop on. And if she doesn't have work to do, I'll be back tomorrow afternoon at the latest, and then a bunch on Friday as well. So thanks everyone for watching, and I'll catch all of y'all around later. Appreciate the support as always.